Hi guys, it's Laura and I'm coming to you live from inside the kitchen for Meal Prep Sundays. And today we are making St. Louis style ribs from Costco. I'm going to show you what they look like when you buy them. So here you go. They're in a case outside of the butcher, kind of where where our Costco is. It was outside the where the tacos are. So they come in this nice package and they're already seasoned. So all you have to do is cook them. The hardest part of cooking these ribs is cutting out the instructions so that you can read them. So what I like to do, they give you two different options, like a grilling option and an oven option. And what I like to do is a combo of both. So what I did is I started these by putting them on the grill. You put them on medium for 5 minutes on each side. And after that, you bring them in and you have to put them in a pan that has like sides that are at least an inch or so. And it says that right on the directions because it makes a lot of juice. Hi, Karen. How are you? Thank you for coming. It's so nice to see you. We're making Costco St. Louis ribs today. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever made them. So I just like them a little charred. And what you do is you can't put them on a cookie sheet because they make their own juice a little bit. Hi, Jody. How are you? I haven't seen you in so long. So I put a little bit of water in the pan. I did two others. I'm bringing them down to my sister's because we're going there for my mom's birthday today. And I had two Pyrex dishes, so I put 1 cup in each. But since this is both the racks, I'm going to probably put 2. I just want them to stay a little tender. How are you, Jody? So then what I'm doing is I'm going to baste them with this barbecue sauce that I made. And that's what we're actually going to cook today. While these go in the oven, I'm going to spend the majority of the time making this delicious bourbon whiskey barbecue sauce. So I made some last night. It was a very, what's the word? It was a very mellow Saturday evening. Rich came home from pheasant hunting and I said, do you feel bad that I'm cooking? He's like, no, this is great. So I don't know if you guys have this tool. I think this is the best. This is a little basting brush. I got a bunch of these at the dollar store. It's my favorite place to get gadgets, and it is absolutely terrific. So you don't need barbecue sauce for these, but I love them. If you don't want to make the barbecue sauce, we love Sweet Baby Ray's. I think it's the honey teriyaki. So in case you don't feel like making it, that's a good option for you. So then what you do, after I grilled both sides of these St. Louis ribs for 5 minutes, just a quick grill, you're going to make a really tight seal and you're going to put them in, depending on how much time you have. I only have about an hour. So the directions actually say a 350 oven, but if I had a little more time, I would put them on like a low and slow oven, like around 300 or 275. Hi, Patty. How are you? How's that little munchkin grandson of yours? And how is retirement? Patty and I used to work together. She was one of my favorite science teachers. Okay, so I'm going to put these in the oven, and then we're going to make the bourbon barbecue sauce. Alexa, set a timer for 45 minutes. Oh, good, Patty. I'm glad everything is good. Patty was always so good to me. She was one of our amazing science teachers, and her son, and I believe his wife, it was your son, right? Had this beautiful baby boy. He was so cute. Gosh, he's probably, how old is he now, Patty? I'm thinking he might be 2.5. Time goes so fast. Okay, so we're going to make bourbon barbecue sauce. So the directions say over medium heat, we're going to take a half an onion. And then we're going to take 4 cloves of garlic. And we're going to take 3/4 cup of whiskey. Now, obviously, I'm going to put the links to these, to this recipe in the chat. Not in the chat. Yeah, in the comments. So another one of my favorite dollar store gadgets is this little teensy-weensy little spatula scraper. So that's going to go on for 10 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. I should warn you guys every time I tell Alexa to set a timer because it's going to set it on your Alexa if I don't ask you to go on mute. Okay, so I love... Oh, hey, Brooke, how are you? Brooke is getting her steps in while I'm cooking. I was going to work out, but I just decided to meditate today. So I love with ribs, I love cornbread, and I love making it in the skillet. And if we have time, I'll get to that today. Otherwise, I'll just give a quick overview. All right, that's going to simmer. Oh, maybe I will make up the cornbread. Okay, so my favorite cornbread is this little, I think this might be backwards. Well, maybe not. My favorite cornbread is this little Jiffy box. I think it's 59 cents. And what you have to do, the key is, oh, Brooke is doing her steps for our health insurance is so amazing. And Brooke told me about this. If we work out 20 times, is it 12 or 20 times? 12 times during the month, we get $20. We should take a selfie of us working out. Hey, Tara, how are you? So nice to see you. So I'm going to put the skillet in the oven. You want it heated up for when you put the batter in. So I'm going to stick it right near the ribs. Okay, so this is nice and easy. I made, because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us at my sister's house, I made like a triple batch of this earlier. Super easy. 1 egg, 1/3 cup of milk, which of course I forgot to get out. How are you, Tara? We're making Costco ribs today. Where's the 1/3? There we are. We're doing capacity in 2nd grade. So Brooke and I are teaching the kids how many cups are in a gallon, and it's fun. Brooke, we may have to replay this part of the video for them. So you just stir this up a little bit. Egg, milk, and I think that's it. Egg, milk, and the corn muffin mix. The secret to this is, besides putting the skillet in the oven, just cast iron skillet, you have to let the batter sit. You don't mix it up too much. You just let it have a few lumps in it. And it's super yummy. So, Brooke, what are you up to today? You went to church today, right? This is the 3rd Sunday of Lent. It was a nice homily. I did remote church online to the National Shrine, which I love. So that's it, guys. You're just going to make your batter a little lumpy, but that's how it's meant to be. And you let it sit for about 3 or 4 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes. And then we're going to spray our cast iron pan with a little bit of olive oil. And it's going to make a delicious cornbread. Hi, Denise. How are you? Denise has such beautiful daughters. Allie and Denise's daughters were in school together. And Denise is an amazing Spanish teacher. She teaches with my cousin over at Morris Knowles High School. Hola, Denise. How are you? How are the girls? And Tara, how's it going? Do you have any Braxton Hicks? Yet Tara's expecting. I made Tara a blanket And you guys, are you guys moving? I'm trying to remember. All right, guys, I'm going to get to the barbecue sauce. So after we let that simmer a little bit, we're going to mix in some other ingredients. And you have to really lower the heat to a simmer. Otherwise, like the ketchup's going to pop up at it. Oh, and you can smell the alcohol cooking off the bourbon. So a little bit of ground pepper, a little bit of salt, 2 cups of ketchup. And this is where our little spatula is going to come in. I didn't realize Costco gives you like a three pack of ketchup. I thought it was weird that you like ketchup is not a whole food ingredient. You know, it's like a pre-mixed ingredient, but all barbecue sauces call for ketchup. Even like I make one for Mario Batali, that calls for ketchup too. I'm like, don't people just make their own tomato sauce? It's weird. Anyway, hey, look, I'm a rule follower. I just follow directions. So here we go. So I want to make mention of this little measuring cup, which is hilariously adorable. It looks like a Farberware pot. It belonged to my grandma Addie. And Denise, you're gonna enjoy this. Hi, Caitlin. Caitlin's birthday is next weekend. Caitlin and I sell skincare together. She has 2 adorable boys, and it's Caitlin's birthday on Pie Day. And Brooke, I have to ask you, are we doing anything fun for the 2nd graders for Pie Day? So I'm just mixing in the ketchup. We're going to mix it around. What else do we need? Tomato paste, vinegar, and liquid smoke. So what gives this a nice little bite is this apple cider vinegar. I pre-measured it out just so we could go like quick here today. And I'll put the recipe in the Alexa stop timer. And I'll put the link in the comments. Excuse me. So when the apple cider vinegar cooks out of it, it's just so good. Caitlin, are you ready for our product launch on Tuesday? Our company, our skincare company, Rodan & Fields, is launching a new product on Tuesday. Caitlin, do you have any guesses what it might be? I'm so excited. I love the way that the Redefined regimen was redesigned in October, and they told us that other regimens were going to be redesigned and rolled out this year. So I'm wondering if this is another regimen that's going to be redesigned, or maybe it's a whole new product. Who knows? Okay, so I did measure out the tomato paste already. Oh, I grabbed everything. Oops, that had a little excess vinegar in it. Don't judge people. I'm doing the best I can. And brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. And a tablespoon of Worcestershire. Hi, Turid. Turid makes us a global cooking segment because Turid is tuning in from Norway. I think it must be 6 p.m. where you are. My wonderful cousin. How are you? All right, we're going to give this a little mix. Make sure that tomato paste gets all mixed in. And I chop the onions really fine. Hi, Jess. How are you? Jess and I also sell skincare together, and we are teachers together at the same school. Well, I'm in a different school this year because I did a little job swap. But Jess and I are normally teaching together. How are you, Jess? Just started a new Facebook group, and anybody that's on here, maybe Jess will have to add them. Jess texted me. I added a bunch of people to her group after she added me, and I might have had a little wine, and maybe that's why I added people. I didn't say that in the text. All right, so I'm going to put this on the stove, and I'm going to let it simmer. I started to say I chopped the onions and the garlic really fine, especially if you want a smooth barbecue sauce. Otherwise, it has a little chunks in it. You know, the onions and the garlic cooked down. Hi, Aubrey. Oh, my gosh, Aubrey. Aubrey teaches with me and Brooke at one of the elementary schools. One of the last times we were on this, Aubrey won the cupcake pan. And I finally wrapped it, and I have it ready for you. And I'm going to bring it over when we're allowed to come to your school, because I'm remote to your school right now. I'm going to bring it over to you. I have Brooke's apron that my friend Jess is, my daughter's friend Jess is making up. Alexa, stop timer. So that's the timer for the skillet for the cornbread. I'm going to put this on, and how long are we going to simmer it? For 20 minutes. And it's a true simmer. I put the Worcestershire in. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to get my pot holders and open and get the cast iron pan out. Note to self, don't use a towel when you take out cast iron from the oven because you will burn your hands like I did. Hi, Margot. How are you? Margot and Aubrey and Jess, we are making St. Louis ribs from Costco. And I pre-grilled them and I tented them. Put a little water in them, basted them with some barbecue sauce, and I put them in a low and slow oven. I just prepped a little barbecue sauce, and now I'm just about to put the cornbread in the skillet. All right, where's my pot holders? Because I burned the heck out of my hand. All right, here we go. Ooh. So one thing about a cast iron skillet, that sucker gets hot. Margot, right? It sounds good. I'm going to get some olive oil spray. I would normally do this over the sink. I know I say this every week. This one's out. We have to get a new one. Alexa, put olive oil spray on my shopping list. Okay, here we go. So the cornbread mix, Jiffy cornbread, has been sitting. And I'm just going to pour it in. I'm using a scraper to get every bit because this is a small batch, one box. I usually double it, especially if there's going to be leftovers. Margot, how is your day going? Jess, get everybody's name that's here now and add them to your group. Is your group for the women's heart health? Remind me, because I didn't, again, I had a little wine. I don't think I read the description of the group. All right, so you're going to see, I think you can see that, let me move this pepper, that this batter doesn't fill the skillet, but that's okay. It'll puff up. I'm going to put it in for 20 minutes. So Jess says she has to turn down the volume. Oh, Alexa keeps doing what I ask. I know, that's what happens. So what else is new, guys? Excuse me. I've been so dry lately. My sinuses are like killing me. So I took some guafenicin and it dried me out. Like I put my contacts in and it totally dried my eyes out. So Jess is saying, yes, daily healthy habits for women's heart health is part of Jess's campaign for Go Red for Women. I think I may have mentioned over the weeks that Jess is doing some volunteer work for the Go Red for Women campaign against heart disease. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jess, heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Girls, if you have a pain in your arm, don't think it's a muscle. Just go to the emergency room. Margot says, great idea with the skillet. Much easier than filling the muffin tins. Totally. And having the skillet heat up is really, really nice. I let this one cool. I took it out. I inverted it on a plate. and then I let it cool, and I put it back in when this was cooled. And I'll bring it just like this to my sister's house. It travels easily. Hi, Ro. How are you? Ro and I were on this morning. I made a trifle for my mom's birthday. So I was making whipped cream, and I had made these carrot cake muffins the other day. So Ro and I were on the portal this morning when I was whipping the cream. I should really write a Post-it note to remember this. Hi, Inga. How are you? Oh, so I started to say when Denise was on earlier that Denise may get a kick out of this because Denise works with my cousin. I saw my cousin online this morning painting. Denise is my cousin Danielle is an art teacher at the high school where Denise teaches Spanish. And my cousin was painting while she's painting these abstracts of the soccer game that she's watching, the professional soccer game. And she had on one of these aprons that our Grandma Addie made. And I recognized it. I know her mom, my Aunt Pam, makes the aprons too for us, but I'm pretty sure she had on an Addie apron. And this one I love because it's reversible. She put pockets on this side, so I thought, oh, I'd wear this cute today. Inga, how are you? Janine, how are you? Janine lives up the road. I think we're gonna get spring soon, right? Jean, excuse me. Inga and Jean, we are making St. Louis style ribs today from Costco. We're making our own barbecue sauce. I'm going to give it a little stir, and we're making cornbread to go with it. So I basted the ribs, and I put a little water in the bottom to make them steam a little bit. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Guys, we might be done. We might be done. I might be showing you a finished product. So I made this barbecue sauce last night so I could have something to show you. It's so yummy, and it keeps, it'll keep in the fridge. It's so good. And you can heat it up and serve it on the side, or serve it right from the fridge on the side when you're eating your ribs. It's so good. And all the bourbon cooks out of it. So I gave up alcohol for Lent so I can eat it because the alcohol cooks out. And I showed you the cornbread, and I'm actually going to show you the finished ribs. So these I cooked earlier. They still have a little water on the bottom of them. And what I'll do is I'll take the fillet knife when we get to my sister's. And before we put them in the oven to reheat them, I'll just carve each one out. Oh, Roseanne says, bring it down. Oh no. Bro, are you at urgent care? Is something wrong? So those are ribs, cornbread, and barbecue sauce. Any questions, guys? So yummy. We are living La Vida Costco today. The Costco ribs. I went last night to get another set because I didn't think it would be enough just to have one set to bring to my sister's for my mom's birthday. And they were out of them. So Rich ran down to the East Hanover Costco this morning, which was super nice. Oh, what am I drinking? A peach iced tea. Very boring. Excuse me. I have a piece of hair in my mouth. So Caitlin was here a little while ago, and I was asking her if she's excited for the product launch that Jess and Caitlin and I are having with our skincare company on Tuesday. Okay, so Roseanne's on at the urgent care. She typed it wrong. Hi, Allie. How are you? So nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Allie, we made Costco ribs, St. Louis style. For you guys that just joined, I'm going to show you a picture of how you get it when you buy it at Costco. It looks like this. And there's actually 2 racks in there. Oh, Margot just made the egg, broccoli, and cheese muffins. Yeah. Allie didn't like them as much as the spinach ones. I just keep making the spinach egg ones. So we grilled them, 5 minutes on each side on low. I just like that char. Then you put them in a Pyrex and you put a little water. You take the barbecue sauce. You can either use Sweet Baby Ray's, or I just made a nice barbecue sauce from scratch. And you baste it and you put it in the oven low and slow and let it cook to 175. I like live and die by this meat thermometer. This one just sticks in. I have a fancy one that is remote to our phones, but this is easy. You just stick it in. When it gets to 175, it's done. Oh, Jess is going to make the spinach egg pesto cups. Oh my gosh. So good. So last week, we went to my girlfriend's for dinner and I brought a tiramisu, and the tiramisu calls for egg yolks. So I hate to throw out the egg whites, so I just kept them. So this morning, and when I made the egg in the ramekins for this week, I made 8 of them. But for us for breakfast, I stole a little of the spinach and I actually made egg white omelets with the spinach and the pesto. That was really yummy. And Allie slept in. You know, that smell of waking up to garlic browning in the house is like one of my favorite aromas to wake up to. So Allie woke up and she was standing here and she goes, "Oh, who's this omelet for?" I'm like, "That's yours." She goes, "Oh, good. I was hoping it was mine." All right, guys, I think we're done. Barbecue sauce, St. Louis style ribs, and cornbread. That's it for Meal Prep Sundays. Thanks for coming, guys. Oh, before we go, I have to say hi to Cousin Phyllis. She just joined. Hi, Philly. How are you? Where's your mother's chicken? I inherited that chicken from Phyllis's mom, my Aunt Jenny. And Phyllis says that the chicken watches over me in my kitchen. So, Phil, I just made Costco ribs, St. Louis style ribs, with barbecue sauce and cornbread in the skillet cornbread. Yum, yum, yum. All right, guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Oh, my God. I know, Margot. I'm hoping we have leftover. Margot says the ribs look delicious. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you coming. Have a great Sunday.